The roads, the networks that are being done by the super rich people in Kenya. So it means that wherever these people are paid, instead of that money actually circulating in the economy, it's going out there again. Here, a little bit there, a little bit there. You know, when you tinker with something, it affects the other adversely. I've explained to you what it means by actually government not being able to meet its financial obligations as and when they fall due. The problem is simple, they don't have money in their account. So because of that, they are paying half the salary. By the way, not paying NHIF, NSSF is like paying those civil servants just half of their salary. That is what the government is doing. Because the entire amount, NHIF, loan deductions like house loan deductions, like remittances to SACCOs, like payment to National Social Insurance Fund, all this is a package that goes to the civil servant. So if you only pay the net amount and retain those other amounts, it means that you paid half the salary. And that is the problem. By paying half the salary, it means there's no money in government account or in the government's account to meet their financial obligations, as I've explained, as and when they fall due. And there's a cure for that. So let's go back and look at what the problem is with the Kenya Kwanza government. I would summarize, and I said earlier, the problem number one is interference by William Samoei Ruto. Simple and plain interference. Interfering in terms of physical interference and interfering in terms of poor policies. Like you see, the one big poor policy is that taxation policy. It's a bad policy. You see, it's not the volume of money that they want. It's not the taxation that is a problem. The problem is cash flow. The other problem with the Kenya Kwanza government is inflation. There's inflation. It means, like I've explained, you have to go with a sack of money to buy a kilo of sugar. The other problem that we have in Kenya is basically, and the Kenya Kwanza government is unable to solve, is the foreign exchange question. The foreign exchange question, similarly, is just a question of, number one, importing things. We're importing left, right, and center. We're importing cars of all sorts. By the way, let me tell you something, what happened in Pakistan sometimes back. When Pakistan had issues with foreign exchange, they began to actually look at the range of vehicles that they are bringing into this country. You see, because all these vehicles that are brought in and they are paid for in foreign exchange. And there are different ranges of vehicles and everything. Sometimes physical discipline really helps. As in, do we really need cars that are so huge that, you know, even fueling those cars are a problem? As a matter of fact, the vehicles that are there, owned by politicians, owned by, you know, all these people, the vehicles that are there don't even run. You know, they are parked in the yard. Maybe somebody is parking like 6 vehicles. Another one parking 10 vehicles. In fact, I'm being generous here. And high-end, high-range vehicles in your compound. You see, that's a problem there, right there. Bringing in those vehicles simply means that they deplete your foreign exchange because you are actually importing unnecessary things and using your foreign exchange to pay for unnecessary things. Instead of paying for medicine, you are paying for somebody to have so many vehicles in their compound that is useless. Importing furniture, for instance. Importing all these things that we really don't need that can be manufactured locally. You see, so that's a problem. So foreign exchange can only be cured by actually serious looking into what are we importing and what are we exporting. Now, on the domestic end, you know, there's also this payment to counties, payment for roads that have been built and whatever. That needs to be looked at because there's a lot of corruption there. I bet you if there is 290 billion that is supposed to be paid to the counties for people who have given services to the counties or the national government, I bet you the value of actually the amount that is supposed to be paid would be less than 100 billion shillings. Less than that. 2/3 would actually be lumped on top in terms of corruption. That's a problem right there. Because what does it mean? It means that it's affecting the cash flow that we are talking about. So unless William Samoei Ruto deals with the root cause of corruption, and those pending bills or unpaid bills in the county. That's a problem right there. You see, it's a problem because also the roads, the networks that are being done by the super rich people in Kenya. What does this mean? The super rich don't spend their money here. They hoard money. They hold it in gold, they hold it in foreign exchange, real hard cash foreign exchange. They hold it in various forms. They can even actually put it in buildings, even abroad. So it means that wherever these people are paid, instead of that money actually circulating in the economy, it's going out there again, compounding the problem. Because when it's going out there, it's actually sent there as FX or foreign exchange. So the black market of foreign exchange is there. So it tells you something there. The entire economy is an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem that when you tinker with something, the way William Samoei Ruto tinkers here, a little bit there, a little bit there, when you tinker with something, it affects the other adversely. So William Samoei Ruto sit back and watch these various departments or various people. Let me even call it the economy in an aircraft. There's an engineer who looks after the pressure. There's an engineer who probably looks at the engine itself. There's somebody who is looking at the aerodynamics of there's somebody looking at various things. So those people have to play part in the ecosystem of the Kenyan economy, and then you'll be going somewhere. But when Rigathi Gachagua every time is talking to us about Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, when William Samoei Ruto himself has said about Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and then ignoring what is really happening out here, I don't see them being able to actually control, the way he said, Amedhabiti, control the economy, even in the next 5 years. It's going to be like, flying in the dark. You see, so those are the problems that William Samoei Ruto has. Things like cash flow. Spending more money right now does not help because it doesn't necessarily come with cash flow. At least not now. Some of these projects, are you going to sell the roads so that you can pay salaries? Some of these projects have to be actually looked at, and people have to get back to their senses so that at least we make some way out of this entire Kenya Kwanza mess. But what do you think? What do you think? Do you think, as William Samoei Ruto says, the economy is just coming back? Who is right? Is it William Samoei Ruto on one hand saying that the economy is headed the right direction, is on the right trajectory, yet on the other hand, the fuel thing is open there, it's not sorted out the foreign exchange? Or is it Rigathi Gachagua who says that William Samoei Ruto needs another 10 years to do this thing? Or is it the CS Treasury who says kimeumana? I'd like to hear from you. Tell me, let me know. Let me hear what you have to say. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Talk to Africa. My name is Joe.